Hello, this is Keith at Dawn Redwood Groves, and today we got a little bit of maintenance work going on. I got this Woodland Mills WC88 wood chipper, and well, I got probably 50 hours of chipping hard wood on this, and I mean, you know, wood that's been sitting around from when they logged this thing, so it's over a year, so it's dry, it's hard. And I've beat the snot out of these blades, I guess, too much, so it's time to switch the blades out. So I thought I'd give you a little video showing how to do that. I didn't see any of that on YouTube, so I thought I might be one of the first ones to actually show you the insides of this thing. Pretty simple. You take this bolt out right here, and I've already loosened it. Quite frankly, I started taking this apart and said, you know what, I should do a video. So you take that video out, and it's real easy. They show you this on their website, how to take this thing, just move it down. So you just take this thing and you can set that, and it opens it up. And come back on this side. And so what you got is an Allen wrench and 17 millimeter nylon nuts. You take those two off, you come right through here, and you got your blade. And here's the blade. Like I said, if you look at that edge of that blade, I'd beat the snot out of this blade. So I'll have to sharpen it someday, but right now they're really nice. They got it set up so you got two sides already cut. So I'm going to turn these things around and get them all set up for tomorrow. I got new belts coming because I burned up a couple belts on this thing when it plugged. You want to stay close to these things when you're running them, that's for sure, because otherwise it eats wood, and if it gets plugged, it will stop eating and spewing the wood out and just kind of keep digesting it. So I'll keep this going. I'll show you a couple of the blades, and we'll go from there. Thank you. Alright, we're going to try doing this in one take here. I've been having a hard time getting the blades out and getting the video to work at the same time. So I've loosened the nuts up, took them off already, and you're going to see that there's wood chips in here, and this blade is actually kind of wedged in there. And what I've been doing is just taking a screwdriver and getting all of this wood chips, and quite frankly it looks like dirt, which really didn't help the blades last any longer than they did last. Huh. That seems to be in there pretty good. Well, when else fails, try a little knife. Come on. There we go. Still isn't as clean as I'd like it. I'm sure after just the first couple branches it's going to be full again. I'll be really happy when I get the shed over here so I have some actual tools. Kind of doing this with what I have available today. on the property versus my tool arsenal. Alrighty, so your stationary blade, it goes right in through here, and this is what your stationary blade looks like. And you've got 3 bolts that require a 16 millimeter wrench to get off. I took mine completely off. There was a bunch of junk and cleaned in it, and you can actually see it looks like it's symmetrical, so you got really 4 sides. So I'm going to put a different side on there just to kind of give it. This edge is what was using. It doesn't look too bad, but it does feel a little smooth. And if you look down through here, I don't know if you can see it. The camera, yeah, you can see it. There's the blade. So they recommend no more than 1/4 inch. So what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to take and just put it up next to it and then back it off a little bit. And so when I know it touches, I know I'm there, and then I'll bring the other one, the outer, because it's got the blades are in, and then you got blades that are out. So you got 2 that are the first 4 inches, and you got 2 that are on the outside 8 inches, or 4 inches for the total of 8 inches on these 88. So what we're going to do is just do that. We're going to put this in. I'm not sure if I can do this with one hand. Probably not. So what I'm going to do is pause this right now, and I'll bring it back in once I've got these bolts in. Alright, so I played with this fixed blade a little bit, and I think the best way of verifying your gap is pushing it, looking down through here, and you can eye up your blade, your rotation blades and your fixed blade, to make sure your gap is good. Mine happens to be the slots all the way in, and I still have decent amount of clearance, about 1/8 inch. So I'm going to set it at that. It's all locked down, and the blades are all done. So all I have to do next is close up the lid and tighten that all back up, and that part's done. And all we got left is adjusting the belts, or replacing the belts. We got to change the belts. So the fastest and easiest way to do that, if it's still sitting on the tractor, which this is to disconnect, pull the pin, disconnect the top of the 3-point hitch, and then you pull this pin that's right here, pull that pin, pull it out. And the easiest thing you're going to need to do is, I take the PTO shaft off at the unit, not at the drive of the tractor. And then all you gotta do is give this a tug, and that opens up. You can see the monster mess I got for my belts. So what I usually do is I loosen these nuts up, and then it's a 16 millimeter. Where's that wrench? Just give it a quick little bit of looseness. And I don't know if this is necessarily the right way, but this is how I did it the last time. Unfortunately, yeah, 50 hours, and I've changed the belts. This will be my second time. I'm not sure if that's an issue with these things. Do they like to eat belts? If anybody is viewing this and they have one, let me know how your belts are lasting. I don't know. Maybe I have a problem with belts. Let's See if that's loose enough now. No. Not for one-handed, isn't it? But it is now. She gave the good fight, but she lost the war. So if you just loosen up the one bolt, that should allow you to pull the springs. And all you gotta do is tighten it back up so that it meets this bolt again, and that give you probably, or really close leastwise, to the initial torque setting. Now you can just push this thing back, and now we can pull those belts off and put the new belts on. So let's do that. Alright, so putting the belts on, the easiest thing to do is just slowly put it on the first one and then just roll it in and then roll it again and roll it all the way and just keep moving it back and forth until you get it into the farthest position. Once you do that, you can just keep rolling and you got the one belt on. All you gotta do is do that 3 more times. Now that's all set, it's really easy just to keep putting, pretty much, just put them in their spot and then just roll the belt. Now, I was trying to get these things all lined up, but it appears I put a couple in opposite direction, but we'll still get them so that they're all lined up. I think I can do that. Alright, we're all set. Now we can just put the nuts on. I thought I'd add in here greasing also. As long as you got the belts out here, you might as well make sure you get some grease. So you got a grease fitting here. And I'll be honest, I never saw this before, but there's a grease fitting way down there in that flange. And then underneath here, underneath the PTO, there's another grease fitting. And of course, then you have a grease fitting here. And then there's one grease fitting here for the drive. And then of course you have grease fitting on your PTO, one on each end. So that's pretty much all the grease fittings that are on this unit that I can find. So put a couple of things of grease in there to make sure everything's nice and lubed up while you're running it. I think that's it for this video on changing the blades on the Woodland Mills WC88 wood chipper. If you like, give me a thumbs up, and if you'd please hit the subscribe button, that would be greatly appreciated. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, great day.